Well, they seem, grown up.
What does that mean, though? Like, disassociated? Bored of sex and drugs?
How could you get bored of it?
Cha.
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 So with a few hours to kill, I decided to have a quick look at the newest game to shit itself all over the gaming industry, Mixtape. I was going to go through the game live, but pretty much all of the game features licensed music that cannot be turned off, and in fact is built into the story. So I wasn't going to go through the hassle of trying to sort out all those copyright claims, especially as the music is more of a hassle than visual media to claim fair use. Now, stop me if you've heard this one before. An interactive storytelling game featuring a bunch of otherworld physics-defying gameplay with a bunch of randomly placed music that focuses on a straight-A student that for one reason or another starts to branch out and become more uncouth, an extremely selfish and intolerant girl who we're supposed to feel sorry for but is so unlikable we hope they fail, and a beta male that has relatively no impact on the plot and clearly wants to fuck one of the main characters in the story. That's right, Mixtape is the most recent Life is Strange game, except they forgot to add any sort of proper storytelling or gameplay, so you've got a game that's worse than Life is Strange, somehow.
Could you be more worthless?
I don't really know how to explain the setting, but imagine one of those people who constantly goes on about how great the 90s were. Now, imagine they made a game, but they were born in the 90s, so they barely even remember what the 90s were like, so they just threw in anything that vaguely resembles the 90s to make the ultimate 90s game, making it abundantly clear they have no actual knowledge about the 90s at all. That's the setting they've gone for this game. If you play the game, you know what I mean. Then there's the gameplay. Most of it is just walking around and interacting with things, the typical interactive story game experience, although there are a few segments that focuses on minigames and high-speed chases. Yeah, so basically you see what's highlighted in gold, and then you usually get a cutscene or something, and then you see the next thing highlighted in gold, and then you get that, and then you see some more stuff that's highlighted, and then you get that. But I think the funniest part of the game is you don't actually have to play a lot of the game at all. I actually got through about the first 2 minutes of the game without touching my controller, and well, you can see the result. Okay, just to let everyone know, I have not touched the controller yet. So there's just several segments where you can go entire minutes without touching the controller, or not even need to touch the controller at all and you'll complete them. And I shouldn't need to remind you that from a gameplay perspective, you fucking failed at making games if you can get through them without touching the controller.
You have failed me, Inquisitor.
Speaking of which, despite trying to tell a grounded and emotional story about someone wanting to pursue their dreams and the backlash that arrives from breaking up a friends group, the game is constantly introducing new elements that make no sense whatsoever and only serve the paper-thin narrative themes that they've set up. Get it, guys? They're teens and they want to be free, so they're flying. Isn't that magical and special and unique and not been done to death before? Alright, the plot then. The group of Rockford, Cassandra and Slater are going to go and have a massive party for one more night of fun together, before Rockford then moves to New York with her sister to pursue her dreams of becoming a music supervisor. This causes friction as the next day they were supposed to go on a road trip across California, which they can't exactly do anymore because Rockford decided to go to New York on the same day. The rest of the day revolves around them preparing for the party, having a massive breakup between Rockford and Cassandra, and then reconciling to enjoy the party together before returning home. Now, if that sounds like not much of a plot, that's because it's not. I would say that most of the stories and gameplay segments revolve around flashbacks that have nothing to do with the main plot. Some of them don't even have anything to do with the characters as a group, or any sort of character development, such as the one where you have to sit and watch two teenagers kissing and you get treated to this. This is one of the earliest chapters, by the way. What a fucking disgusting way to start a game, especially as it contributes nothing to anything.
Disgusting!
Alright, so the characters. Don't worry, this won't take long because there's only like 4 of them. Rockford is a self-centered, annoying bitch whose life revolves entirely around being a rebel and listening to music. Throughout the game, she decides to do crime and annoy people, not because she's trying to fight for some higher cause, or even because she wants to get wealthier, which would have fit in with her desire to be able to afford to live in New York, but she just does it because she's bored and doesn't feel like doing anything else besides inconveniencing other people. Her main goal is to move to New York and give her mixtapes to a famous music producer to become a music producer herself. Now, I don't have a problem with the character being selfish for wanting to pursue her dreams, but first of all, her plan is completely stupid. She intends to just walk up to a famous person and give her a mixtape to get an extremely hard to get six-figure job. She somehow thinks she would be allowed to get close to this person in the first place. She then thinks that the famous person would listen to her mixtape and automatically enjoy it, and that she would then be hired into an extremely prestigious role with no experience whatsoever. She clearly hasn't actually planned any of this and just immediately assumes she's getting the job because she intends to harass and stalk this person until she gets it. Secondly, not only does she fuck over the road trip with her friends to do this, as apparently there will never be another opportunity for her to meet this famous person, despite this famous person doing tours and parties all the time, so this is obviously bullshit, but she makes it very clear she isn't returning to her town to see anyone ever again. Not her family, not her friends, no one. She's staying in New York. She then gets annoyed that Cassandra is annoyed that she ruined their plans and has no intentions of coming back to rectify her selfish decision. If you need even more reasons to dislike her, she has this rivalry with a girl named Jenny. What horrific thing did Jenny do to earn Rockford's disgust and disdain? She watched a movie and didn't really pay attention to the film's soundtrack. It's not like she hates music or anything, she just didn't pay attention to these pieces of music when she was watching a movie, and so that makes her Hitler apparently. It's very petty and childish.
I'm bored. I'm too young to be this bored. You want to get blackout drunk in a field?
Shut up, bitch!
Cassandra was a grade A student who began to hang out with Rockford and Slater, beginning to party and commit petty crimes more often. This could have had potential if we saw how she acted before she met the two of them, and if her parents were depicted as a bit more unnecessarily strict. But for most of the game, she also acts like a dickhead, and her parents come across as extremely well-meaning considering what the group get up to usually. The only reason I would side with her against Rockford is because Rockford is even more unlikable, that's it. I mean, she threatens to commit arson attacks if her dad doesn't let her do whatever she wants whenever she wants. She's completely unhinged.
Hey, go eat a dick!
Shut your fucking mouth!
Slater is a chilled stoner who just wants to party and chill. That's his character all summed up, I'm not even joking. I can't think of a single notable thing about him besides him fitting the friendly musical stoner archetype to a T. Before we move on to the final character, I want to say that all three of these characters commit petty crime, waste their time doing drugs and alcohol, and speak in the emo stoner voice thing. You know what I'm on about. They constantly talk like this, and they have big pauses and they go, whoa. And I hate each and every one of them to varying degrees.
Who's your dad?
He's a cop.
Oh, sweet. Reputation.
Kill yourself.
Finally, you have Officer Marino, Cassandra's father. He's clearly supposed to be the overprotective dad that is smothering her and stopping her from living her own life. And he's kind of the face of the antagonists who want to stop the party they're planning. Unfortunately, not only are the antagonists police officers who just want to stop the destructive assholes from running around wild after the party, but all of his rules and concerns are 100% valid considering the personalities of all three protagonists. The final confrontation between him and Cassandra is supposed to come across as Cassandra finally standing up for herself and Marino backing off, but considering this conversation concludes with Marino being forced to back off because Cassandra threatens to go around starting fires and endangering people's lives if she doesn't get her way, it's really hard to not be on his side, especially as he represents the law and his daughter's actions could reflect badly on both himself and the police. Like most poorly written pieces of media, he's supposed to be the bad guy and they somehow made him the character the audience understands and roots for the most. There are a few other small characters, but they get barely any personality or even screen time to justify talking about them.
Oh my god, who the hell
cares?
The pacing of this game is very horrific, considering that a lot of these sequences are drawn out and offer nothing to the story, with the tone just being all over the place. I've already talked about the random action sequences and the party storyline, but there's another aspect of this game at the beginning where the tone is shot in a certain way for no real reason. In Rockford's house, the group talk about Rockford's sister and the fond memories that Rockford and Slater had with her, and during all of these scenes where Cassandra asks about her, it comes across as very longing, cryptic and somber, the same way you would write a scene if they were talking about a dead family member or a friend, reflecting on the memories they had before she passed away. But her sister didn't pass away, she's very much alive and doing well in New York, so I have no idea why they decided to structure these scenes like this. Another thing that annoys me about the game is the music and how it's included. Pretty much everything about Rockford's character revolves around music, from her relationships to her personal goals and dreams. Despite this, the game goes out of its way to have slideshows that serve no other purpose than to tell you the girl who likes music, and whenever a music track comes on, she stops the plot to explain to the audience what the song is and its history, as if anyone doesn't know about The Touch and its massive impact on both pop culture and the Transformers franchise.
It's the cheese, the stuffed crust, the quattro formaggio.
You basically get treated to about 30 different slideshows of the game creators flexing their knowledge of music at you, and they do it in the most uninspired ways possible, which will be even more irritating if you don't care about music. Speaking of music, I can already tell you with no research done on my part whatsoever that the budget for this game was absolutely not worth it in any way, shape or form. From a texture standpoint, the game looks very high fidelity. You do not need 60 frames per second for a game like this, especially if you're trying to mimic the stop motion look, and combining that with the massive music library, which they will need to pay for the licenses for as long as this game is available to buy, then this game must have cost a small fortune to get made, which is absolutely mental to me because there's only about 2 and a bit hours of game to even play, even if you don't rush through everything. The only reason I have the playtime that I have is because there's one achievement I was trying to unlock, and not only was the achievement annoyingly difficult for no reason whatsoever, I had to mash that fucking X button like it was the only thing stopping me from going into cardiac arrest, but you cannot skip cutscenes. I'm gonna repeat that again. In 2026, a game that is mostly made up of cutscenes and dialogue does not allow you to skip to the gameplay segments. If there's a 3-minute cutscene and you need to replay the 2-minute gameplay section to get that achievement, you're sitting through the full 5 minutes trying to get that achievement because you can't skip the first 3. So, what can be said about Mixtape? I mean, the decision to try and mimic stop motion is pretty cool, but that's about it. The characters are shit, the story is shit, the themes are shit, and the gameplay is so shit sometimes you don't even need to play the game to play the game. This is clearly supposed to be a movie script, but they couldn't get anyone to invest in it, so they just stretched it out into a game. A game that is desperate for you to not play it unless absolutely necessary. And considering the amount of capital invested into it, and considering the reception it got, it's going to be interesting to see how badly it flopped. Usually I try my best not to list labels to people who have different opinions on something, after all enjoyment is subjective, but if you see a game reviewer look at Mixtape and they gave it above a 2 out of 10, there's no other way I could describe them other than shills, and if they gave it 10 out of 10, they should be nuked from orbit. What the fuck is going on? Okay, just to let everyone know, I've not touched the controller yet. Oh, that looks janky as shit. Like, if you're gonna have a style, you've got to make sure that, like, everything matches together. What if I don't? What if I just sit here for the rest of eternity? Are you kidding me? Do I... A, B, Y, X, L, T. Alright, yeah, because that was really important for me to do. Why? I don't give a shit about the history of music. Like, you want to be a music supervisor, good for you. Like, why do you have to fucking show me this? Also, yeah, that's a really fucking stupid life goal. You're just gonna try and track someone down and try and give them something and hope they take it? And even if they do take it, you're 100% sure they're gonna hire you? Why am I seeing slow motion for people walking upstairs? Oh, that's fucking cringe dialogue, man. I'm already gonna... This is fucking Life is Strange, but, like, even less of a game so far. So this is a game that's just gonna straight up tell you what the answer is that I need to look at, basically. So yeah, the game doesn't want you to explore and figure things out for yourself. It just literally shows you exactly where you're supposed to go. So, yeah. This is what I'm gonna be dealing with, I guess. So far, I am not invested. I've seen you skateboard down a hill. I'm supposed to care about some fucking love story you've got going on. Oh my god, I don't want to. Oh, fuck me, what the fuck? Like, if it was if it was like a kaiju fight and it was two giant snakes, then I'd probably appreciate these physics a bit more. But I've played this game for like 10 minutes. I'm already annoyed by it. Well, actually, I was already annoyed, like, as soon as it started. Now I just fucking despise it. Oh, fuck me. This doesn't look good. Oh, honestly, that still looks weird. Oh, stop motion, it's a very specialized art style. And this is just not it. Especially when the camera just moves at a normal speed. Oh, that looks... Oh, look at that. Look at her feet, man. That looks fucking awful. Yeah, so basically, you see what's highlighted in gold, and then you usually get a cutscene or something, and then you see the next thing highlighted in gold, and then you get that. And then you see some more stuff that's highlighted, and then you get that. Like, Jesus, does she have cerebral palsy? Why is she walking so slowly? I love how the police are just there and no one inside is reacting at all. It's like... So they must have just created that one backdrop thing of everyone partying, and then that was it. Could not be asked to show them reacting at all. So this is a game, apparently, where you just slightly tap the left analog stick. I'm not even doing massive changes. I'm not like properly steering the card. I'm just doing a quick tap left, a quick tap right, and that's enough to just carry on, I guess. No, this is fucking dumb. Oh yeah, let's get the fucking police cars and the police helicopter out to get some drunk kids. Oh, so basically, she just likes to listen to music, right? Just in case the whole game so far hadn't made that abundantly clear. We've been on this section for quite a while, and we've mostly just sat around looking at shit that has no relevance whatsoever to the main plot. Oh, I don't want to fucking see this shit, man. Honestly, I'm so glad I recorded this instead of live streaming it, because I've just got no commentary. Nothing's really happened. I don't care about... All these people are twats. This is like a walking simulator, but it's even more annoying than a walking simulator, because you walk really fucking slow and you just have to do random shit that no one cares about. Like, oh, she didn't really listen to the music in a film. Like, okay... And that's why you hate her? That's so fucking petty. Why does it just make me keep doing all this busybody shit that no one gives a fuck about? Okay, I get it already. They used to be friends, okay? Well, like, I don't give a fuck. Also, what was the point of having me pose them if you've already got, like, pre-rendered ones that are going to be used for this cutscene? Like, what was the... Why make me waste my time? Oh man, that looks horrendous. Oh, they just glide across the uneven terrain. Oh man. Like, why would you give me the controls here so I can play when the only thing I can do is run in like a straight line, basically? Like, wow, isn't that cool? I mean, not really. I mean, I'm just running and jumping. If you want to make cartoons, then just like make cartoons. Don't waste people's time making a game like this. I mean, you're the one fucking being dickheads in Oh, these people are so unlikable. Like, it's supposed to be, oh, look at these hipsters, you know? Look at these hipster kids. Look how fucking cool and swaggy they are. And then it's like, they're just dickheads. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's not fun, you know? And I don't like these characters, and so far the story, yeah, hasn't really gripped me either. Oh, she's so whiny. It's like, oh, I've got no personality, I'm just a fucking genius at school. Like, come on. You gotta fight the establishment. Like, no you don't. Just be good at school. Just get a good job. So I'm doing this, why exactly? So I could basically have just, like, half of this game it seems you don't even need to play. So basically all this is two kids who think they can just do whatever they want, and then they've made some sort of high achieving girl join them and get her in trouble with her family and her school, and that's apparently good. And the main protagonist's goal is to fuck over her friends by bailing out on a trip they've been planning for years to go to New York to give her mixtape to someone. She doesn't even know if she'll actually be able to give it to them, but even if she did, she just immediately assumes that she'll get a job working for her. And also, most of the stuff in this game, you like barely need to move the controller, or in this case, you don't need to move it at all. I've just put the controller down, it adds nothing, so yeah, he's obviously supposed to be like an antagonist. But yeah, I probably agree with them as well. This is someone who wanted to make a film but can't apparently get into the film industry, so they just made a game instead. Oh, no way. This was totally unexpected. You would never have guessed that the woman would defy the cop and be with her friends. This was completely unprecedented. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. This is like season 1 of Life is Strange. I haven't played it, but I've seen ER's video on it, and yeah, the dialogue, the characters, the morality, the themes, it's so shallow, surface level. Wow, Jesus, she's just gonna ruin a fucking kid's birthday. What? Honestly, these people... Why are you running through someone's house? And then she just knocks someone into a pool. Jesus. Yeah, she's a real dickhead. Oh, you've got time to stop and do that, but, you know, not jumping on a little kid's birthday table. That was... That... yeah, fuck me. Oh... Yep, it's almost like you should have let Cassandra run away as well, instead of just shoving her onto bins. Oh, really? Is she gonna confront her dad or some gay shit like that? This is... Oh, this is so cringe. Ah, well, I mean, I'm not even touching the controller again. This is just what's happening. This is gameplay, apparently. Galvatron? Galvatron's writing this shit? But yeah, that was certainly something. Wasn't a game really. It was something though. Thanks for watching, lads and lasses. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing and checking out some of my other videos. Sharing always helps, and if you're feeling really generous, please consider my Patreon or YouTube membership. But most of all, I just hope you had a great day, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.